All right. 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Are we ready?
Oh, yeah.
Is it time?
It is.
Okay. Welcome to the Digital Rebels podcast, hosted by me, Alex, and
Gabe.
today we're going to be talking about GTA 6
Woohoo!
and Elderscrolls 6
Yeah.
and Xbox being on everything.
Yeah.
All right, Gabe, what have you been playing?
It's been very depressing, actually.
Okay.
I have tried to play. I counted. I'll just name the games for you. I've been in a gaming rut.
Yeah.
Okay? I can't get into anything.
Uh-huh.
I've tried Lego Batman 2.
Okay.
That's how down bad I am.
Okay. Lego games can be fun, though.
They can be.
They can be. They have their time and place, but they're fun.
I tried Cyberpunk.
Okay.
It's a game close to my heart, but I just couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Far Cry 3.
Okay.
And Hitman Absolution.
Okay.
And all those got me to, I think, what I'll stick with for a while is Elderscrolls Online.
Oh, no.
So, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I've been doing.
Okay. Are you playing, like, base game Elder Scrolls Online, or do you have the expansions, too?
Base game. What I'm wanting to do with, they make it super easy, unlike World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
You can play through the very beginning of when the game first started.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
That's nice.
So
So you get to experience the whole story.
Yep. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to do that all the way to the newest expansion.
Okay.
Try to play all the DLCs and everything.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What about you?
I've still been playing Forspoken.
Mm.
I got further into it. It gets better
Okay.
than anybody, I think, gives it credit for.
Okay.
The side quests are bad. Like, the side quests are not good. The gameplay is fun.
Mm-hmm.
The main story is okay so far. It's not the best thing I've seen, but it's not the worst thing I've seen. It's about average, but it's playable.
Okay.
The side quests are bad.
Are they fetch quests?
No. Okay. So, I've got to explain this side quest because they tried so hard not to do a fetch quest. But they just couldn't write it well. So, the main character, Frey, she's a New Yorker that gets transported to a magical world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the leaders is, like, corrupted. Or all of the leaders are corrupted. They're called Tantas.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all, like, women that lead this world, right? Okay. So one of them shows up at the one city that's not been touched by the corruption. And you have to fight her, and you fight her, and you win. And this little girl dies, and she's like, "I'm gonna go kill this bitch," because it wasn't actually her that you killed. It was like her acolyte. It was basically an acolyte that she was able to possess. So after that, you start to get side quests. The first side quest is this guy that's lived in the city his entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And he's excited because there's finally a hero that's going to save the world. And Frey has no choice other than to respond, "I'm not a fucking hero," over and over again throughout this entire side quest. He's showing you around the city just trying to be nice. And this poor guy is just getting bullied to death the entire time by the main character. She's literally telling him to leave her alone while following him. It is not good.
Who made this game?
I don't know what the studio was, but Square Enix published it. So, I don't know. Like, the side quests, at least that one wasn't good. There's another one where you have your phone, and you're taking pictures of things to show to the kids back in the uncorrupted city. And so far, that one's kind of cool because there are these little photo icons all over the map, and you have to go take a picture of it. I don't know if her phone's going to die before she gets it back to the kids or not. I don't know how that's going to go, but it'll be interesting.
Is the main, like, enemy or whatever a man?
No, it's a woman.
I don't know if it was politically charged. Is it a politically charged game?
It has some undertones, but it's not... I've seen worse.
Like the Veilguard?
Yeah. like Dragon Age the Velocard. Like I've seen, well, even other like it would be politically charged if it came out in the 2000s, like early 2000s, because it tries to check a lot of boxes that were like the politically correct things back then.
Okay.
Now it's just like it's a mediocre story, but it's fun to play.
Okay.
So I definitely recommend giving it a chance because the gameplay is very fun. It's got a very fun gameplay loop.
That reminded me, I have been playing Ace Combat as well.
Okay.
That's very fun.
The only time I've ever played Ace Combat was on the PS3 demo at Walmart.
Oh, damn.
Long time ago.
Old ass.
Long ass time ago.
That's probably Ace Combat Fires of Liberation.
Probably. I know I was sitting there like this with the controller and the screen was way up here and my neck hurt and my mom couldn't find me.
Listen.
It wasn't great.
I
was like 10.
I love Bandai.
Yeah.
But God, sometimes they make shit dialogue.
Oh, they can't write games well.
Oh my God. So
is Ace Combat a Bandai game?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So there's like an underlying story to this jet game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
The narration is from the pilot's wife. Okay? And she's like on the ground dealing with the war casualties.
Mm-hmm.
It is the worst dialogue I have ever witnessed in my life.
Okay.
It's like, here in Gajarda, the enemies attacked our world. And there's just death and destruction. And the voice acting is so bad.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'll pull up a clip.
Okay.
On the podcast.
Okay.
Awful. Good game though.
Yeah.
The fighting's very fun.
Okay. Yeah, the combat was fun, and the one that I used to sit there and play forever on the PS3 until the demo ended, and then I'd come back and redo it again. The hardest part was figuring out, because I remember in that demo specifically, you had to refuel midair.
Yep.
Lining that shit up was so hard. That was the hardest thing. Like it made the combat look easy.
Oh yeah.
The real Ace combat is refueling midair.
Dude, another thing, and we'll move on with the dialogue, but even your allies, they have the most repetitive English dubbed thing ever. Like, you'll be flying midair. You're in like an intense fight, and then you got this other dude that's nicknamed like Bobcat, and he's like, to the left, to the left, to the left, like 15 times in a row, and you need to go right. Yes.
That's great.
And there's an enemy behind you. There's an enemy behind you.
And there's not?
There's not.
Yeah. They're in front.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fun, though.
That sounds fun.
It's annoying as hell, though.
That sounds fun. I feel like with any games that get localized to the U.S. from Japan, there's going to be some of that.
Yeah.
One game that I feel like doesn't suffer from that's Metal Gear. Any of the Metal Gear games, the dialogue in English is always usually pretty good.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I can't really think of any.
Can't either.
Like, even Final Fantasy VII Remake, as good as that game is, the characters repeat lines so much in the middle of combat. It's so bad.
Yeah, you're like in an intense battle, and you got some girl like, over there, over there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
God bless him, though.
Yeah.
God bless him.
All right, you want to take the next topic?
Are we going bottom to top?
Let's go. We can go top to bottom now.
Top to bottom.
Yeah, we're not doing this backwards.
Okay.
We gotta go top to bottom.
Top to bottom. So I had this. Actually, you want to do this?
Sure.
So I'll put the picture.
So I don't understand the whole red pill blue pill thing with those.
You don't?
No.
Okay, so if you had to choose, okay, and one cancels out the other.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let me paint the picture.
Okay.
Red pill, blue pill. You got to choose. If you had to choose red, you would strictly be getting digital, open world, and multiplayer. If you had the blue pill, you would strictly be getting physical, linear, and single player.
Okay.
What would you choose if you had to?
Oh, I thought you could like mix and match between these.
No, you have to choose one.
Oh shit.
One pill. You ever watch The Matrix?
Yeah, I watched The Matrix. Okay. I didn't realize that these were lined up.
Yeah.
I feel like there should be a line between the red blue pill on the thing. Oh well. If I,
It's tough. Not really for me. I can't believe this is tough for you.
Well, it's because there are things on both sides that I enjoy. But I'd have to probably go with the blue pill on those.
That's what I was going to do.
The physical, linear, and single player.
Yep. But at the same time, I really like open world games.
Yeah.
I can go without multiplayer.
Yeah, I can too. I feel like physical, open world, and single player would be...
Yeah.
That would be my choice if I could just pick between these.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm starting to... I was doing a lot of linear single player games for a while. And while that's fun, going from a lot of that back to back to open world games, single player open world games, it's so refreshing.
It is.
It's like,
Yep.
yeah, going from level to level to level versus you're thrown out in the world and have fun.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm there with you.
Yeah.
So blue pill.
Yeah.
Blue pill.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'd probably pick physical linear single player games. Like a physical copy of it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
But here's the problem with that. Having purely physical games is nearly impossible anymore because of file sizes.
Yeah.
Like, you get a disc, and that disc is basically just your installation key. That's all that is.
Yeah.
It's a key that tells your console, hey, you're allowed to play this.
Yep.
So,
well,
like, you basically have to have online to play games anymore.
yeah.
You can't just pick up, like, the newest Assassin's Creed, stick the disc in your console, and expect it to work. You have to have internet for it to work.
Yep. It's unfortunate,
It is.
but it is what it is.
It is. So, you put this on here.
Yeah.
And I'm curious. I'm curious about your thoughts on this. What do you think would be some bands that would make good soundtracks or great soundtracks for games?
Do you don't have one yet?
I'm thinking of one, but I want your opinion first.
Before I say, I want to give props to Mick Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
You know that dude?
The name's familiar.
He did the soundtrack for Doom 2016.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like by himself.
Yeah.
Dude's a god.
Yeah.
But for me, well, I was about to pull up my phone. Let's look through my Spotify.
Okay. Well, you look through that. I'm going to talk about a band that did a soundtrack, but not to a game.
Okay.
Daft Punk.
Okay. Oh, for Tron.
Yeah, they did
Ooh.
this Tron soundtrack.
Yep.
If they did some shit like that for something like Cyberpunk or
Oh, man.
honestly any sci-fi game, the new Mass Effect.
Yep.
Imagine Daft Punk doing the soundtrack for the new Mass Effect game.
Yep.
That would be incredible. That'd be absolutely incredible. Also, they're called 60 Seconds of Static.
Never heard of them.
They did the... I may be conflating that with 30 Seconds of Mars, but it's something Static. They did the soundtrack for No Man's Sky.
Oh, okay.
And honestly, all of their other music is great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can listen to any of their music while I'm working, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
But honestly, any open world games with them would be also very welcome.
I like it.
I had another one in mind, but I'm forgetting them right now. You've been listening to very similar things as me.
Yeah. Mostly Sleep Token.
Well, I was surprised to see Violent Vera and
You know Violent Vera?
yeah, I've been listening to
I
her like
love
crazy,
Violent
and
Vera.
Jute's on here too.
Love Violent Vera, dude. I love her voice.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Have you listened to what's her name? Allie Nicholas.
No.
You need to listen to her.
Okay. Allie Nicholas.
Did you ever watch Adventure Time?
Yes.
Okay, you know what Marceline sounds like whenever she's singing?
Yes.
That's Allie Nicholas.
Nice.
Like that's not who voiced Marceline
Yeah,
when she was
no,
singing,
yeah.
but that's what she sounds like.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I didn't know
like
you
it.
knew. Yeah, I didn't know you knew Jutes as well.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Recently, but yes.
Yeah, you know that song, Sleepyhead?
I don't know any of his songs very well yet.
My Spotify is horny, depressed young man.
Same.
That's all it is. We've got Bad Omens, Sleep Token, Jutes,
Grimes.
and Grimes, Violent Vera, and Deftones.
Yeah.
The peak of horniness.
Yeah.
But no, for me, someone that I would like to make a game soundtrack is this person called My Head Is Empty.
Okay.
They make like super ambient songs. There's
Okay.
no vocals,
Okay.
but it's just like just gets you in your feels.
Yeah.
They also they make some sad ones, but they also make like I don't know, like stuff that'll like that. Imagine like a scene they're getting ready for war. Like there's songs like that.
Yeah.
So I think they would do a really good job at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever listened to Knockray? Okay. I think I showed you one of his songs once.
Type it in. It's just if I see a name, I'll recognize.
Yeah, it's NXCRV Knockray.
Yes, Jesus. Yes, you super whatever.
Yeah, the guy that's like,
Yeah.
Lord forgive me
Yeah.
at the beginning of the song. Yeah. So like, I feel like one of his songs, I feel like he could write something that would go really well in like a sad part of a game, or like when there's something climactic that happens. I feel like I don't think he would be good for an entire soundtrack.
Okay.
But I think he would be good on a soundtrack.
I agree.
There are a lot of bands that I feel like would be good on a soundtrack, but not the whole thing.
See, that's why how I feel with My Head Is Empty is they would be really good with like sad parts of a game.
Yeah.
Like someone dying or something, or like devastation, whatever. It would fit in perfectly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Like a soundtrack comprised of many people.
Yeah. I agree.
That would be cool.
I agree. I think, do you know who Buckethead is?
Oh, God, yeah. The lore of Buckethead is scary.
Oh, it's crazy.
That dude's everywhere.
And he's released more music than anybody else ever.
Yep.
But I feel like he would. I feel like he could do an entire game soundtrack.
Yes.
So. Yeah. Yep. I feel like we could do an entire special episode on Buckethead.
We could.
I've actually been a part of another podcast where that ended up being the entire episode, even though that wasn't planned.
I don't know you've ever been on a podcast.
Yeah, I was on a podcast that lasted like 6 episodes.
Oh.
I was a guest on there.
Nice.
Yep.
Do I know the host?
No.
Oh.
No.
But yeah, I like that choice though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a hot topic.
Okay. Hang on. Before we do that,
Yeah.
I've got a piss.
Again, are you good?
No. Are we still recording?
Yeah.
Was there a sock?
It is not used, I promise.
It's a little crusty.
Okay.
But if I knocked it off of there, we're standing straight up.
GTA 6.
Yes, GTA 6.
What are you expecting?
Well, the way that people are hyped about this game, I fully expect the prostitutes to be able to suck my dick through the screen. I'm expecting a level of realism where I can get a hand job without having to leave my couch. That is what I am expecting.
Real.
Yeah.
Real.
That's the way people talk about this game anyway. What I'm actually expecting is for it basically just to be a GTA Online patch.
Probably. You know, there's literally been devs getting death threats that this game hasn't came out yet. When theories get debunked, they send death threats.
Like the moon theory.
Yes, there was death threats about that.
Yeah.
There was a new theory called the 27 theory. Apparently, in the GTA 6 trailer, there was a bunch of repetitions.
What was that? There were a bunch of...
There were a bunch of repetitions of the number 27.
Okay.
And people were thinking that on December 27th, 3 days ago, that there was going to be a new trailer.
Like Skyrim, 11/11/11, 27/27/27.
Yeah.
We'll release on the 27th month.
And It got so bad because obviously it didn't happen that there was this mechanic shop named the 27 Mechanic or something like that. It had the numbers 27.
Yeah.
People started raiding their Google page, blowing up their phone, and leaving bad reviews. I can back this up with pictures.
I'm calling the release date right now.
Here we go.
February 27th, 2030.
Oh. Damn. 5-year delay?
5-year delay. The reason why I'm saying this.
They're punching the air right now.
All right. Here. This is how conspiracy theories for this game come
Here comes the death threats, Alex.
All right. So all the 27s. 27, 27, 27. Like Skyrim's 11, 11, 11.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was the 27th month, that would end up in February.
Okay.
No. I'm sorry. March.
March, yes.
27th of 2030 would be 27/27 of 2027. Because if you take the months, you can't have 27 months, so you just go 13 months forward. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I think.
What it comes down
Calling
to.
in.
What it comes down to.
2030.
What it comes down to is all these GTA theorists are on a mental asylum.
Yes, absolutely.
They
are.
They have internet connection.
And they're making money doing it.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. These are what the people are like on Arkham Asylum.
Yes.
This is lore accurate. Mm-hmm. They just gotta calm down.
They're just Joker goons. That's what they are.
Dude, it is awful. Could you imagine being in Rockstar developing this game?
No.
I would want to shoot myself.
Yeah.
Like you're pumping. You are pumping this game full of your passion and your skill, and then you got these virgins.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
we want it now, right now, and then they splooge when it gets debunked.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Have
So you know in GTA 5 when you go to the strip club, you know the mini game where you can like touch the stripper's tits.
Yes.
So this is the level of realism I'm expecting.
Okay.
I'm expecting a puddle to form as this is happening. This is the kind of realism that people are expecting.
It's not going to be that real. There's no way.
No, it's gonna be. It's gonna be.
I am
100%.
a.
I'm expecting puddles. Stripper puddles.
I don't. This may be a hot take. I'm not expecting GTA 6 to be as realistic as everybody's making it out to be.
I'm gonna be honest.
There goes Destroy All Humans.
There goes Destroy All Humans. That's fine. We'll pick it up later. But I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm expecting it to be like a step above the realism from RDR2.
Yeah.
That's what I'm expecting. Like, not 5 steps, not like you go out in the middle of Los Angeles and you shoot somebody in real life and then cops are chasing you and you have to hunker down on a hill for 7 days in game. That's not what I'm expecting. I'm expecting probably a revamped crime system where you actually have to do something about your star rating.
Yeah.
I know they said something about cops remembering your face.
Yeah.
So there's going to have to be some way to deal with that. But I'm not expecting it to actually be at the point where you have puddles in your lap from a stripper. That could be the case. I don't know. I don't think Rockstar wants another hot coffee incident.
Oh God!
I don't think that's
I
what
forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know all the details about that?
No, not everything. Explain it.
Okay.
Explain it.
So I think it was GTA 3. I think it was when GTA 3 was released. I may be wrong, but I think it was 3. There was a mini game that was the hot coffee mini game. You could bring a girl back to your place and have sex with her. When you had sex with her, it didn't show anything.
San Andreas.
Oh, it was San Andreas? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I was close.
You were.
But you could bring a girl back to your place and have sex with her in San Andreas.
Yep.
And literally all it didn't show anything. It would show her going into your room, then it would show the hallway outside of your room while you pressed buttons for a minigame. and she would be moaning. That was it.
Yep.
That was literally it.
Yep.
There were worse things in all of the God of War games that came out.
Yep.
Literally all of them.
Yep.
The sex mini games were way more detailed. But for some reason, GTA was the one that got in trouble over it. So they had to recall discs. If you had the original disc, you had access to it.
Mm-hmm.
And people modded the game to bring it back on PC.
Yep.
After it got patched. But yeah. Yeah, I don't think they want that again, but I think that they could honestly get away with something way worse than that in today's current cultural climate.
Yeah. Well, it's Rockstar, man. They always push that fine line.
Oh, yeah.
You know, even if they do, get punished like they did with Hot Coffee.
Which, to be honest, after playing Red Dead Redemption 2, I don't know if they'll do something like that. Because, remember when you got like a hotel room, you could get a bath?
Yeah.
Remember the bathhouses?
Yeah.
You couldn't, like, interact with the girls at all. Like, I feel like if they wanted to have something like that, they easily could have had it to where, like, you buy 2 hours with a girl or whatever in Red Dead Redemption 2. So, I don't think it's going to go any further than, like, the strip club minigame that was in GTA 5.
See, that's what people are thinking, like... So. People are thinking this is going to be the most freeing game.
They're thinking it's going to be a porn simulator.
Exactly, that you can control sex, whatever. Yeah. It's not going to be like that. There's no way. It would have to have an A+ rating. Or AO, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be honestly, I think it's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
I think people that are on this mentally ill hype train are going to, like, review bomb it.
If it's not
not everything that they're imagining it would be, because they're imagining it to be everything when it's not going to be.
Yep.
So that's my take on it.
I'm excited though. I mean, I'm literally, I try my best to not think about it, so that way, and I try my best not to listen to the hype, because I want to experience this game from my very low expectations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to build a bunch of hype.
Yeah.
So with that being said, what are your concerns?
Well, my concerns are the death threats.
Yeah.
I think what my concerns is that they'll do what a lot of modern game studios have done with extremely hyped games, where for some reason they end up scrapping 75% of it 6 months from release.
Yep.
And then rushing it. Yep. Instead of delaying it another year or two or whatever they need to do.
Yep.
I'm also concerned that because of all of the hype, they may end up rushing it. With it being Rockstar, I don't know if they will.
I don't.
But I'm concerned that they could.
Yeah.
So.
I will say, if it gets worse, like, God forbid, if an actual death happens, they might.
Yeah.
You know, or they might just say, fuck you, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah, imagine, like, one of the devs gets killed, and they're like, yeah, we're not releasing this anymore.
That would be awesome. There would be riots, bro.
Oh, yeah, it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy.
My concern, I'll tell you what I don't want. I don't want Chapter 1 of Red Dead.
I agree.
in this.
Chapter 1 of Red Dead's the reason why I've never replayed Red Dead.
It's tough.
Red Dead Redemption 2 specifically.
It's tough.
Getting through the snowy mountain area, it takes so long. It's so long.
Is it not like 6 hours?
It's like 3 or 4.
I thought it was longer.
It feels long.
Yeah, maybe.
I think it's one of those areas that feels longer than it is, unless I'm just misremembering.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So that, and I hope. Pube in my mouth.
You got a pube in your mouth.
I hope, which it's Rockstar. I don't think they will.
We gotta stop those pre-podcast activities.
We do. It's Rockstar, so I doubt that they would do this. But with the current state of our world, which is stupid, is that I hope that they don't sacrifice the story for online. And what I mean by that is during development, they focus more on building up the online.
Yeah.
And kind of just half-ass the story.
Yep. I agree.
Which is Rockstar. They always make good stories. But in this day and age, who knows? Who knows?
Honestly, I think what'll happen is they'll release GTA 6 and then release a massive patch for GTA Online.
Just updates online.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I have a theory of my own. Maybe is that they would re-release online as its own thing.
Yeah.
And do it like Fortnite.
See, that
continually
would be cool.
update it.
That would be
just do like a graphics overhaul or something, and mechanics and all that.
Well, the thing is, they make so much money off of shark cards, they could easily release online as a free-to-play game.
Exactly.
They could easily release online as a free-to-play game.
Yep.
But I don't think they're going to do that. Which, I don't know. I feel like they could end up releasing a GTA 6 online. And then not supporting it. And then making GTA 5 online free. And then everybody going back to that.
I see.
I could see that happening.
God, that'd be
Because
weird.
that's what they did with Red Dead Redemption.
They
Online.
abandoned the online, dude. they don't care.
They launched it and said, nope, we're not going to touch this.
Yes. They gave out like a couple updates.
Yeah.
After that, they just forgot about it. And people are pissed.
Oh, yeah.
People love the online for that.
Oh, the online was cool.
Yeah.
The online was really cool. Didn't it open up new parts of the map, too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
Yep, it is.
But I'm excited. I can't wait for the next trailer.
Yeah.
It's going to be... Because typically their formula is they'll do a trailer, a reveal trailer. Doesn't show a whole lot. And then the second trailer kind of deep dive more in the story. And then the third is like the gameplay trailer. So...
Yeah.
Be pretty interesting. So, yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, speaking of games that are the sixth in a series, let's talk about Elderscrolls 6 and the most recent leaks.
Yes.
I have this pulled up here on Reddit. Not there. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, so this was posted on 4chan. This is a screenshot that's on Reddit from a deleted post on 4chan from that's June 26, 2024. So this person claims that they're a dev at Bethesda, but they soon won't be, and that they're currently assigned to Elder Scrolls 6 modeling work. They said to call bullshit if you'd like, but someone please screen cap for release. According to this, it's coming out in 2028, which maybe...
I thought it's been in development for a long time.
It has been. Starfield was in development for a long time, too. They were both announced at the same time.
They were.
But Starfield was leaked first.
Yes.
There was stuff around Starfield for like forever, and then it finally came out, and everyone was like, "Yeah, that sucks."
Yeah, I had the Cyberpunk launch.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't know if they'll make it better.
I don't know. I thought about picking it up. Like cheap.
Maybe. I don't have anything to play it on though. I'd have to pick up a new Xbox.
Oh, your PC not running on low or medium?
It might, but I don't play on PC at all anymore. I just don't like being in my office away from my family.
Okay.
So it's very isolating for me playing on PC, so I just don't.
Okay.
I don't even like going in there to work. It's terrible.
Wow.
It's like being in a dungeon.
Family man.
Yep. But, so they're saying it's going to be in Hammerfell. Which, this is what people have been saying, just based on the initial teaser trailer for it. The teaser trailer, what they show matches descriptions of Hammerfell, so that makes sense.
Yep.
This is what's interesting to me, though, are the factions.
Yep.
So the Mages Guild, Dark Brotherhood, and Fighters Guild are all coming back. But we're also going to get the Imperial Cult.
That's interesting.
And the Temple of the Three. So the Imperial Cult, they come out of Cyrodiil, which is where Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion took place. It was in Cyrodiil. And then the Temple of the Three, I'm thinking, is based around the three good Daedra.
Okay.
Which are the ones that the Dark Elves worship.
Nice.
So that's what I'm thinking. But the interesting thing is that you can only join 4 guilds per playthrough because quests intersect/destroy other guilds.
Ooh.
So that's cool because that's something that Fallout 4 did.
Yep.
You couldn't join all of the factions because they were at odds against each other. So that I think is really cool that you can have unique playthroughs where it's not just you can do all of the quests in any order you want, but regardless, it's all going to turn out the same, like Skyrim was.
Yep.
That's one thing. I enjoy playing Skyrim an incredible amount, but that's one thing that's always irked me about it. Is you can be a mage, a thief, and an assassin all in the same playthrough.
Yep.
Or you can do the Mage's Guild quest line by only knowing the initial flame spell.
That's how I did
and
it.
then using daggers the rest of the way through it. Stealth daggering.
That's how I did it, bro.
Yep. That's how I did it the first time I did it.
Yep.
So that's going to be nice. I just hope that if you join the Mage's Guild, that it actually forces you to be a mage while you're doing it.
It felt so like, what's the word? Going through the Mage's Guild quest line, using daggers and sneaking up. It felt so like, I don't know, what's the word? Didn't feel right.
No, it didn't.
Didn't feel right.
It felt broken, I guess. It was disjointed.
Yes.
That's the word.
Go. There you go.
Because you can go through and stealth archer the entire thing.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's the default meme playthrough is stealth archer through Skyrim. So hopefully we won't get that this time around.
The most boring.
Oh, I agree.
Arguably.
I agree. Arguably.
Yep. Some people
The
love
first time I did it, I loved it.
Oh, I did too, but
Can't do it a second time.
no. This gets so boring.
No, stealth daggers with illusion magic.
Fun.
That's fun.
Yep.
That's fun. So the next thing bothers me. I'm going to skip a couple things around. I'm going to skip the next two after this one just to get to a point, and then we'll come back. So, dragons are supposedly coming back. I don't understand how dragons can come back, because after the last Dragonborn is born, all of the dragons are supposed to die.
Remind me, because when you start Skyrim, supposedly all the dragons were dead.
Right. And Alduin's resurrecting them.
He was never killed.
No, Alduin was never killed. So what happens, there are these things in Elderscrolls lore called dragon breaks.
Okay.
So a dragon break is a very confusing time thing that happens.
Okay.
Where basically reality splits into multiple timelines and then all comes back together and all events are true and false simultaneously. So basically, the reason that this exists is that way any ending you get for like games like Morrowind that have multiple endings can all be true at the same time.
I see.
That's the whole reason why this exists.
Okay.
Out of lore. In lore, this is because of Akatosh and all of the time things that happen in the Eternal Realms. So what happens with Alduin, a dragon break happens, he slips out of time and then pops back in. So basically, in his perspective, he never stopped. He just fell out of time and then fell back in. So he was in this year and then he was in this year.
Wow.
And that's literally how it happens in lore, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So like he never has like a break where he's just like frozen in time and then pops back out.
That's crazy.
You're here, then you're here. So
that's confusing at first sight. Or first hand, whatever.
It is, but once you understand it, it's really cool. But yeah, so in Skyrim, Alduin was resurrecting all of the dragons. But he doesn't succeed in resurrecting all of them, and then the Dragonborn kills all of them.
I see.
To get dragon souls to get his shouts.
Yes.
His or her shouts. So there should not be dragons. Unless there's something that I am missing inside of the lore, there should not be dragons.
Yeah, because, okay, now that Alduin's dead,
right,
it's literally, theoretically, impossible for there to be dragons.
Right. And there shouldn't be any more Dragonborns either.
Exactly.
Because the Dragonborn you're playing as is the last Dragonborn.
And Dragonborns are randomly chosen, right? And there's a certain amount.
They're chosen by Akatosh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is one of the 9 gods.
Yes. And he was said to be the last. Skyrim protagonist.
Right, he was supposed to be the last. Okay. The Septim Dynasty, several of them were Dragonborns.
Yes.
And then you have the last Dragonborn, who knows why he's a Dragonborn, but Akatosh chose him to defeat Alduin.
Okay.
That's the entire reason for his existence. And then there shouldn't be any more dragons. There shouldn't be any more Dragonborns after that. Because the dragons are literally the children of Akatosh. They're not born. They're just like magically created. So unless Akatosh, for some reason, decides to come back in a very real way and bring new dragons into the world, then there's no reason why there should be dragons.
Sorry, my mind is just going so many places thinking of this.
Yeah. But that brings me to my next point about this. Evidently, where did it say this? Okay. So, I'm going to read this, and then we'll break it down. I'm skipping one of the points in this. It says, gods siphon magicka from ancient mage crypts containing sources of original magic to manifest themselves into existence. New word walls.
So they're magical walls?
Well, it says that they're new word walls. So, like the word walls you get your dragon shots from.
So does that mean there's a dragonborn?
Well, maybe. So, the next point is sword singing, which has something to do with the word walls, I think. This is my theory. I heard all of this in a YouTube video this morning and then wanted to break it down more because the guy that I was listening to didn't break it down well at all.
Of course.
As it goes. So, sword singing, let me back up. Each culture in Tamriel has their own form of what's called tonal architecture. Okay. In Skyrim, it's dragon shouts. Okay. The Dwemer were able to create all of their mechanical stuff using tonal architecture as the magic. They had a mastery over it. Okay. Those are two very good examples of this. Sword singing is the Redguard's tonal architecture. So basically they use sound magic. Tonal architecture is basically sound magic, and they use it as basically as a martial art with swords. It's like magic sword wielding. It's the best way to describe it.
So we're probably playing as a Redguard.
We're probably playing as a sword singer, if I had to guess, and the word walls are going to be different abilities. How they're going to do that without forcing you to use swords is going to be interesting.
That is.
Yeah. Unless it's optional, and the new word walls are going to be like other abilities. I just don't want it to be like Skyrim nostalgia with the word walls.
That's what I'm afraid they're gonna try Skyrim too much.
Yeah, like you walk up to it, and because it's in Hammerfell, instead of hearing like chants, you hear like drums or something, like loud tribal drums. Yeah. I feel like that's the kind of sound they would use for it. But I don't know. I'm scared it's going to fall into that nostalgia trap.
I hope they don't back themselves into a corner.
Yeah, I agree.
That's my fear.
I agree. I'm keeping up with the news for this game, but I'm not falling into the hype.
It is interesting though, because this is a rare thing. Mm-hmm. There hasn't been any gameplay leaks, mm-hmm. any screenshots. Mm-hmm. It's so fun and it's so refreshing to. It brings me back to when I was younger, mm-hmm. of like imagining what this game could be.
Oh, I agree.
It's so exciting.
It's fun to theorize about, which I think this is why the GTA 6 people are the way that they are.
Yeah.
But the problem with GTA 6 is it's not like a crazy lore world.
No, that's why it's so exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting with Skyrim because it's like all fantasy. It's not set on Earth. Yep. It's an entire fiction world versus GTA where it's like it's a mirror of our world, so there's nothing cool that can happen with the lore. So people are like Moon Theory.
Yep. Moon Theory.
Yeah.
27.
27. Yep. So I'm going to circle back now. It says that this person says that the big bad of the game is a pantheon of void gods led by Nocturnal, which would be really cool.
Yes, it would.
That's a really cool concept, and they're in cahoots with the Emperor.
Yes.
So like the Emperor's like secretly having an affair with Nocturnal. which that's cool.
That
And
is
like,
cool.
imagine you join the Imperial cult, and the Imperial cult is also following Nocturnal,
Yep.
and like the Mages Guild is trying to destroy Nocturnal, like stop it from happening.
I'm getting chills, bro.
Yeah, like this is what I would do if I was writing it. I don't know that Bethesda's capable of doing like the things that sound fun. Yeah, Nocturnal's my favorite Daedra, by the way, so if this were to happen, that would be fantastic.
Yep. She's bad.
Did you know that Nocturnal can present as a male or female, though?
Did not know that.
Yep. Yep. Depending on the needs of Nocturnal, she can appear as a male to females and a female to males, or a male to males, or a female to females, however she needs to do. Yep.
And that was the Dark Brotherhood quest line? Or Thieves Guild?
Thieves Guild.
Thieves Guild.
Yep.
Yeah.
You become a Nightingale.
Yep.
So.
That armor's sick.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Where were we?
So, we were...
Oh, yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay. So, this next one's interesting. 13 major cities in Hammerfell.
Okay.
The smallest one is the size of Whiterun.
Okay.
And Whiterun's the biggest city. Well, no.
No, it's not. Is in
The one where the Stormcloaks are. Windhelm.
Yep.
Windhelm.
I was gonna think of where the Dark Brotherhood is, or
Riften.
not Riften. That's not the one I was thinking of. It's got castles and stuff.
Oh, Markarth?
Markarth.
Markarth's not.
No, it's not Markarth.
You think? I think you'll think Riften's bigger than Whiterun. I think.
Windhelm.
Windhelm, yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, that was the first one I mentioned.
Yep. Right there. That's
Yeah.
Windhelm, right? Yes.
Yeah.
But
Regardless,
Interesting.
the smallest city is supposed to be the size of Whiterun, and Whiterun is fairly large for a city in Skyrim. It's only like 20 buildings, though. It's not that big.
Mm-hmm.
But the largest they're saying is roughly 6 times the size of Whiterun. Even then, that's not that big.
It's not.
Especially if you look at games like The Witcher.
Yep.
It's not that big by modern standards. By Elderscrolls standards, that's pretty big. Let's see. Top view of Whiterun.
And it's incredible. It's not that big.
No.
Seeing this picture, that's incredible.
Yeah, you go into Whiterun and it feels big, but they do a good job with all of the trees and houses and stuff, making it look bigger. Because, like, you can literally count the buildings. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you count that barn back there, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 buildings. So 6 times 18, roughly 100 buildings or so.
I don't know. It might feel huge.
It may feel very large. It depends. I think what really sells me on the size of a city is the number of NPCs.
Yep.
If there are a lot of NPCs and most of them, not even most of them, I'd say like a third of them you can interact with, or even there are some that are locked behind quests as far as their dialogue go. I think you'd do a good job making a city that's roughly 100 buildings or so feel big, depending. So, what I'm curious about is how well Creation Engine's going to handle this, because it does not handle large areas well.
No.
So,
I want to look at what was it, Markarth or Windhelm?
Windhelm, yeah. Let's look at Windhelm. How big's Windhelm? There's one. There. Not there. There. I think that's actually smaller.
Oh, wait.
I think it just feels bigger because of all the different areas.
And it's kind of tight, too.
Yeah, it's tight. It's very tight. You just have a lot bigger buildings and much larger structures.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's bigger. So, for some reason, I feel like Riften's bigger. It's like a giant circle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Right there, first one. Yeah, so you've got 25 unique locations.
Dude, I remember the first time I went to Riften.
So Riften is arguably the biggest one.
I would just sit here and just pickpocket
Yeah.
everybody.
Yep.
For like hours.
Yep. Yep, you can definitely do that. I have to piss again.
God almighty, dude.
It's so bad. It says that the skills, this is the last thing on the list here, the skills are expanded in complexity somewhere between Morrowind and Oblivion. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because Skyrim's skills were not complex at all.
No.
You go in and it's like, okay, you want to play stealth, you want to play a mage, you want to play a fighter. Those were your options. Throw your skills in one of those.
Yep.
Or throw your skills across a couple of trees. It doesn't matter. You can do what you want. And I feel like this is still going to give you that freedom, but if it has the complexity of Morrowind and Oblivion, I think it could be a lot more fun in planning and building builds.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it to be at the point where it's like I have to have a spreadsheet to know exactly what my build's going to be, because I know people personally that play Oblivion and Morrowind like that. So, which, like, I understand it. As long as the enemies don't scale the same way they do in Oblivion, I think we'll be good. Are you familiar with how that works in Oblivion?
They don't scale with your level, right?
No, they scale with your level.
Oh, okay.
So, basically, if you put your points into, let's say you want to do one-handed swords.
Okay.
And you start putting points into one-handed swords, and you start leveling that up.
Mm-hmm.
Enemies get harder against that specific skill as you go. So the way to counter that is to put skill points into things you will never use.
That's so dumb.
So if you put them into things you'll never use, then you can still be effective with your low-level one-handed sword skills.
That's dumb.
I agree.
It's like, hey, this my one-handed isn't doing well, so I'm gonna put some points in conjure and
right.
illusion.
Yeah, the game literally punishes you for leveling up. It's a really bad system.
I hope that's wrong.
I hope that the complexity is right, but I hope it's not to the point where we have to min-max like we did on
Yes.
So, I'm hoping that everything scales correctly and it's challenging but rewarding as you level.
Yes.
So, I just hope it doesn't get to the point where you're like halfway level to the max level and then it's like everything's as hard as the Ebony Warrior.
Yep.
That would suck.
Yes.
So,
well, I'm excited. Reading all this gave me a new excitement, even though it's just a theory, or it could be wrong.
A game theory.
That excites me.
Yeah.
It makes me think.
Yeah, it does. It does me too. Whether or not this is true or complete bullshit from somebody on 4chan, I think it will be interesting to go back to this whenever Elderscrolls 6 finally releases.
To see if it's right.
And see if it's right. Because if it is, that's cool.
Yep.
Out of all the leaks I've seen, this one feels like it has a lot more credibility because these are things that I've heard people talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Literally just based on Hammerfell lore.
Yep.
And thinking it was in Hammerfell based on the initial teaser trailer that we got like 6 years ago.
Yeah, the thing is, like with these leaks and like trailer reveals is, for the most part, if a mentally stable majority
Yeah.
go back on lore and agree, it's probably right.
Yeah, I agree.
Not like the GTA theories.
I agree.
So that's exciting.
Yep, I definitely agree. I think the whole factions thing, that's what I'm most excited for. Is that it seems like there's going to be a lot more depth to the factions than there were in Skyrim, which was honestly my biggest complaint with Skyrim, is it didn't feel like there was any reason for the Dragonborn to be doing basically the major side quest.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
So I think it'll be cool.
Yeah.
I think it'll be cool. I think the Nocturnal thing and my theory with the Imperial cult, if that played out, I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know much about the Imperial cult lore, so I could be completely wrong in that theory. I'll have to look that up later and see, or people in the comments can fact check me on that. But I think it would be cool if the Imperial cult was following Nocturnal.
Yes.
So
that would be cool.
Yep. All right.
Well.
So last on the list.
Yes.
And this one is totally different from anything else we've talked about. And this is something else that I've heard about in a random YouTube video I listened to while I was showering.
Okay.
Can't tell you who the YouTube video was by.
Okay.
But Xbox OS.
Okay.
So from what I heard, and take this with a grain of salt because like I said, I heard this on a random YouTube video while I was taking a shower. There's a rumor floating around that because Xbox is failing so hard with their hardware, because they are losing sales quarterly.
Yep.
Their sales have been diminishing quarterly since the launch of the Xbox Series consoles. That Xbox OS is going to be the new competitor to SteamOS. So basically, like, say you have an Asus ROG Ally.
Okay.
That's Asus's handheld,
Yep.
right? And it's running Xbox OS. That is now an Xbox console. And this is what you'll be able to play Game Pass games on. Or say Xbox wants to partner with Nintendo. And they want Game Pass on the Switch. The Nintendo Switch is now also an Xbox console. Which, this is something that's also been rumored for a long time. This isn't something that's completely unfounded that I'm speaking of out of my ass. I've heard about this prior. Or say there's a company that wants to create basically a TV PC box. Right? Running like mid-tier specs for whatever the time is. And they run Xbox OS on it. That's an Xbox. So you can have basically a whole family of devices that would be running Xbox's operating system. They're all technically Xbox consoles, but you can have different ones for different uses.
That's their way of getting ahead.
That's their way of saying we're Microsoft and we can do what we want and we're tired of competing with Sony. So I think it could be cool to be able to play Game Pass anywhere.
I just don't think it's going to beat Sony.
No.
There's no way.
Well, that's the thing. They're not trying to compete with Sony anymore.
They're trying to do their own thing.
They're trying to do their own thing. Because they've very clearly lost the console wars.
Have you?
Since the PS4 came out.
I don't think anybody's really realized that. It's pretty much been settled, right?
Yeah, it's been settled since the launch of the PS4 and Xbox One.
It's settled.
Yeah. It's basically been settled. So the only real competition in consoles, if this is true, is going to be between Nintendo and Sony.
Yeah.
Which, if you look at Astrobot, that's like their version of Mario, right?
The plot thickens.
Yep. So it'll be Nintendo versus Sony in a battle of exclusives.
You know, I don't even think there was a true console war between Xbox and Sony. Because, dude, I watched... actually, before you called me, I watched the reveal at E3 of the PlayStation 3. Sad.
Oh, yeah. The E3 reveal of the PS3
Sad.
was terrible.
There was never a war, dude.
Yeah.
I think it was just favorites. But sales wise,
Yeah.
I think it's always been PlayStation. Or no, Xbox in the beginning.
It was Xbox in the beginning.
But in the overall grand scheme of things, from PlayStation 2 to PSPs, it's been PlayStation.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I agree. I think, well, for one, it started with the PS1 versus what, the Nintendo 64?
yes,
It was basically that. That was basically the initial console war, and you could technically count the Dreamcast, but it lost pretty hard. It lost pretty hard. It's sad.
it is. It has so much
sad.
potential, dude. I love the Dreamcast.
Yeah, Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh man,
Excellent game.
there's actually a bass fishing game on there I really loved.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forgot. It was probably like bass fishing something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, but most of those games got ported to GameCube, and that's how I experienced a lot of Dreamcast games was on GameCube, including Sonic Adventure 2.
Yep.
And then you have the PS2 and original Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
And the PS2 didn't have anything that was like Halo.
Yeah.
But it had everything else.
Yeah.
Literally everything else.
Halo really helped Xbox
It did.
in the early days.
It did. And then you had the 360 and PS3.
Yeah.
And the 360 was the thing.
Yep.
Because it launched at an affordable price point.
It actually had some games.
It had some games. The PlayStation had no games. That was the meme back then. Was PlayStation has no games.
Yep.
When the PS3 launched, and it was true.
Mm-hmm.
It was true. The original one, at least it had backwards compatibility, but then they did away with it.
Yep.
Because you know why they did away with it?
Why?
The PS3 had such different architecture
Mm-hmm.
than the PS2 that it basically had to have an onboard PS2. That's why the original PS3 fat is so big versus the later ones.
Yeah.
Is because it basically had a PS2 on board.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yep. So after the fat one, they reduced the price, and you no longer had backwards compatibility because it wasn't two consoles in one, which they didn't do a good job marketing that either. But it wasn't two consoles in one, so you end up with just the PS3 with honestly a lot of mediocre games. Yeah. There were a lot of great games from that generation, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
PlayStation, I feel like, started their stride with their exclusive first-party games on the PS3.
Yeah.
They definitely did, because you have Infamous.
Mm-hmm.
You have Infamous 2.
Oh, you got...
you have The Last of Us.
Last of Us. You also have Ratchet and Clank.
You do have Ratchet and Clank, but that started on the PS2.
It did.
Yeah, that started on the PS2.
So, Infamous.
Yeah. Uncharted.
Okay, that was earlier.
Yeah, you have Uncharted.
Yeah.
So, like, you're getting all of these really high-quality AAA first-party experiences on the PS3. And on the Xbox, you're getting some of that, too. Mm-hmm. But none of it's getting reviewed as well.
No.
And you start seeing that. You start seeing a little bit of the shift in, like, oh, there are these really high-quality PlayStation games that are single-player, that are story-driven. And you start seeing that, and then you really see people start talking when The Last of Us comes out.
Yep.
You see The Last of Us come out, and they're like, oh my god, this game has a story like we've never experienced before.
Yep.
And then, even though it did really well then, it gets ported to the PS4 when the PS4 launches. Mm-hmm. So The Last of Us is very close, like The Last of Us Remaster is very close to a PS4 launch title.
Yeah.
Along with a new Infamous game and a bunch of other first-party games. Most of them were shit, by the way. Most of the launch titles on the PS4 were shit.
I will say I did really enjoy Knack. You remember Knack?
I've not played it.
Knack is really fun.
It's in my PlayStation library. I need to play it, but I've not.
It's the first game I ever had for it. Yep.
First game I had was Infamous Second Son.
That's good. I love that.
It's a great game.
I love that game.
Yeah.
Did you do bad or good?
Both.
Nice. What your first playthrough? I think I did good. I forgot what the system's called in that.
I genuinely don't know. It's the Karma system.
There you go.
But I genuinely don't know. I don't remember. I think I went the good route.
Hell, that was 10 years ago.
Infamous games are one of the few games where it's actually fun to be evil in it.
It is.
Most games, it's like, oh, I feel like an ass while I'm doing this.
Yeah.
But Infamous does a good job at that, especially Infamous 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I feel like infamous Second Son does a really good job at consequences for that.
Yep.
For example, people will be protesting the fact that you even exist,
Yep.
which is funny, and then you can just go kill all of those people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting seeing that. But whenever the PS4 launched, you also have this terrible press conference that Xbox does,
Mm-hmm.
where they announce you can't share disc with your friends anymore. I can't say, oh, it's not over here. Where is it? It's on the floor. Well, I was gonna grab it. Here it is. Here it is. Let me pull it over here with my phone.
Give it a foot job.
Yeah, I'll give it. Yeah. You can't say, here you go, play this game. You can't do that because there's DRM on the disc, so you can't share it. You can't take it to GameStop and sell it if you don't want it. You're stuck with the game. So everybody hated that.
Yep.
Everybody absolutely hated that. And they tried to market the new Xbox One as a multimedia platform.
I remember that. Because you could, they were like, you can watch sports while you play Halo.
You can connect your cable box to the HDMI in and watch the football game while you're playing Halo with picture-in-picture.
And it didn't work very well, if I remember correctly, right?
And to be honest, I don't know anybody that tried it, and I didn't care enough to look up a YouTube review of it.
Who is going to play a game? I personally can't.
Imagine playing Madden while watching an NFL game.
That's brain rot.
Yeah.
That's pure brain rot.
Yeah, that feels terrible.
Yeah.
That feels terrible.
No, I remember watching the reveal of that live. Mm-hmm. Well, not in person, but on YouTube.
Yeah.
And writing all the stuff down. Just like, I don't know, I used to do that.
Yeah.
And I remember DRM. I was like, that makes no sense.
Yeah. Same.
Why would they do that?
Same. I think I watched it live also. And I watched the PlayStation 1 live too. And the PlayStation 1 had me really excited for it.
Me too.
And the Xbox One was like, the whole time.
It was sus.
And the launch titles were shit for it too.
I liked one of them.
Which one?
Sunset Overdrive.
Sunset Overdrive, okay.
That was fun.
I will give you that one.
Yep.
I will give you that one. Sunset Overdrive looked fun. I never played it.
It's fun.
I've watched a lot of gameplay for it. It looks like a cool game.
Yeah.
If it weren't for Sunset Overdrive, we wouldn't have gotten the traversal that we have in Spider-Man.
No.
Because that was an Insomniac game.
Mm-hmm.
That was an Insomniac game, and then Sony acquired Insomniac, and
Boom.
now we have Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2.
Yep.
One of the best and one of the most average games to release on the PlayStation.
It is weird, right? It's so good, but it's like it's just it's alright, but it's great.
Like, okay. The first one, phenomenal.
Yes.
The second one is so much fun until it's not.
Yeah.
Like, you get through the main story, and you're like, okay, that was alright. And then there's no post-game content at all.
Nothing.
You can do, like, all of the, I want to say dungeons, but they're not dungeons.
Hideouts.
Yeah, you can do all of the hideouts. They're basically dungeons. Yeah. But you can do all of those and go through all of those. But once you're done with it, you can replay them. It's like, why?
Dude,
why would I replay those?
I literally did all the side content I could before this main story.
Same.
I did the main story, and that was it.
Yeah.
I had like one Venom or whatever they call
Symbiote
nest or whatever.
Yeah.
After that, that was it.
Yep.
I'm like, wow.
Yep.
That's awful.
The biggest complaint for me is they took away gadgets.
Mm-hmm.
The gadgets were honestly one of the best parts of the first game because of how much you could vary things.
Yeah.
Like, you could pull off all sorts of crazy things using different gadgets, and you don't get that level of variety in Spider-Man 2. And a lot of that, I feel like, is just because they had two main characters.
Yep.
I feel like if they went back to just having one main character whenever they released the third one, I feel like it could be better, but I don't know that they will. We'll see. Time will tell.
I just had an awful joke, but I'll tell you after.
Okay. Not safe for TikTok?
No.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
Well.
Yeah. Yep.
We're close to the hour.
So, PlayStation has won the console war. Nintendo's forever the king of it, though.
It is. They are.
You can't touch Nintendo.
Nope. Well,
All right. So 20 questions with the game character, or you want to do a game like we had last time?
I had an idea earlier,
Okay.
but what was it? It's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You choose.
If my memory was better, I would say game bosses.
Oh.
That could be fun, but like there are so many.
Ooh, we could do like locations in games. That would be tough.
That would be. That would be. Let's just do characters this time.
Okay. Well, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. You want to flip a coin?
Yeah.
See who's gonna receive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say tells for receiving.
You always want to receive.
I do. Guessing's fun. Tells.
You're receiving.
Okay. Hell yeah. Alright, I am ready.
You're ready to receive.
Yep. Put this real humans back over here. It might fall, it might not. I don't care. Okay, you ready?
I've got one, but look away.
Okay.
I want to make sure of one thing.
Let me turn over here real quick. We're doing character or game?
Character.
Character, okay.
All right.
Okay.
Don't look.
I didn't see anything. I looked directly at the screen, but not enough time for my brain to register what was on it.
We're going to do this.
I only saw Reddit.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right.
You don't have tabs still open, do you?
No.
Okay. Alright. Is this character's game first person?
No.
Okay. Is this the player character?
Yes.
Okay. Did this game come out on or before the PS3 generation?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Is this game's character a console exclusive?
No.
Okay. Is this game's character part of a series?
Yes.
Is this game's character the main character in multiple games?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. By main character, I mean the player character.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is this game an action game? By that I mean not a shooter. Like Assassin's Creed or like something where you're using like melee weapons and you have combos and stuff. Like that kind of a game.
When you get to this, you'll understand why I'm confused. Let me look.
Do you use guns or not? That's the question I'm asking.
Yes.
You use guns or not? Yes. You do and don't?
Yes.
I mean, that's true for any game with guns. You can knife people and...
Okay, yes, you can use guns.
You can use guns. Okay. Okay.
You'll understand this in the end.
Can the character double jump?
Don't know.
What?
Would you like me to find out?
I would like you to find out because that's kind of important for a game with guns, whether or not you can double jump.
Writing an essay over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You can double jump.
Yes.
Okay.
I think I picked a hard one.
I think you did. I'm a little bit puzzled. Did this game series start on the PS3 generation?
No.
No. So that means it's older. Okay.
Let me fact check, but I'm feeling confident.
Fact check yourself.
I'm feeling confident.
And it's not exclusive. And it's in a series. Can double jump. Main character, multiple games. You got me fucked up with this one.
That was correct.
So your character can use guns. Can your character also use like a melee weapon as the primary weapon? Let me rephrase that question. Are you limited to just guns as your main weapons?
Are you limited to guns as your weapons?
Yeah, like as your main weapons. Like, let me rephrase that. Does this game have a loot system?
Dude, you will understand this in the end. I promise you.
I'm so fucking confused.
It is.
Right
Define loot.
like you pick up different weapons
No.
throughout your game. No?
Nope. Like, for example, there is a weapon right here. I'm going to pick it up. There is another weapon right here. I'm going to pick it up.
Yeah, like
No.
like how Borderlands works
No.
almost. Okay. So there's nothing like that. Oh, fuck. Are the guns that your character uses, are they two handguns?
No.
No. Fuck.
Now, if you want a hint, I'll gladly give you one because this is tough.
I'll wait until question 15
Okay.
and then ask for a hint. I'll ask a question. It's not a yes or no question.
Okay.
It's not first person.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it will be a yes or no question.
I won't count it. This is for clarification.
Is it? Well, no. This is important.
Okay.
Like it's important enough to count, so I'm gonna count it.
Okay.
Is it like regular third person or is it like isometric top down?
Like Diablo?
Yeah,
No. It's third.
it's third person. Okay. Are the environments in this game destructible? Like you can blow walls up and shit?
That's tough. I feel like yes.
If that's tough, then that's probably not the game series I'm thinking of.
Yes.
They are?
Yeah, I was just being stupid. Yes.
Okay. Is the game set on Earth?
Yes.
Fuck. That messed me up. Is the game set in like modern times?
No.
Okay. We'll wait till question 17 to ask for that.
Okay.
Is the game futuristic?
No. Well, okay. No, we went through this before. What is your definition of modern?
Like, when I say modern, I
Okay.
mean like now. Like, is it set in like the 2000? Like, I would say 70s or newer for the setting. For modern, like 70s to like now to like near future.
Okay. And
for future, I would say like Mass Effect type future. Like sci-fi is what I'm asking.
Yeah. I'm gonna help you out, okay? Because if I say yes to this, it might throw you off.
Okay.
In this series,
Okay.
3 of the games are modern. 1 of the games is before modern.
What?
It's before the 70s. I'll give you that.
Okay.
It's before the 70s. I don't want to say yes and you be close to something and that completely ruin it. It's before the 70s.
Well, this has me fucked up.
Yeah. I've never had you bamboozled like this.
No, so there are 4 games in this series.
I believe there's 4, yes. And 3 of them are what you consider modern.
Okay.
70s and up.
Okay. Are you fighting other humans in these games?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any sort of magic involved in these games?
Define magic.
Magic.
No.
The double jump is not defined as magic.
No.
Okay.
There's no magic. This is all going to make sense, I promise you. Yes.
There is magic.
Yes. I shouldn't have picked this because this is confusing for me. But it's all going to make sense, I promise.
Okay.
Promise. Let's go through everything. Let's what have you got so far?
Everything I'm thinking of either came out on the PS3 generation or is something that doesn't meet one criteria in one specific spot here or there.
You want a hint?
Sure. Because I'm at question 19. I have one more to ask before I can guess. Before you give me the hint, let me ask one more question.
Okay.
Are gods or demons involved in this game? I think that's more of what I meant when I asked magic, but I'm gonna
Okay, so I'm gonna give you one of your questions back. No, if you're talking about that, like demonic magic and all that.
Well, I'm talking about just magic in general. Okay. Like you can shoot fireballs out of your hands and that type of shit.
No.
Okay.
No.
Nothing like that.
So I'll take that back now.
Okay.
I was misunderstood.
Okay.
So no.
Okay.
And what was the other clarification?
Like if there were like any sort of gods or divine intervention or anything like that involved in the story.
No.
Okay. Okay, I'll take a hint before I guess because genuinely I have no idea.
Let me look for a good hint for you.
Okay.
Because the hint I'm thinking of, it might give it away.
Even if it gave it away, I don't think I would guess it.
All right. This character is pretty short.
What?
Yeah.
The character's pretty short.
Yep.
What the fuck? The character's pretty short.
Pretty short.
Height-wise?
Yep. You want one more hint? And then
Yeah.
guess?
Yeah, one more hint would be good.
Yeah. There's your hint.
Whenever you said that, my brain went to Duke Nukem.
Nope, that's not Duke Nukem.
I don't know. I genuinely have no idea. I have 0 guesses.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
You're gonna. Cryptosporidium 137.
What the fuck is that?
Destroy all humans.
Literally? Okay.
Crypto.
Literally, I was thinking Destroy All Humans.
Yeah.
But you said there were 4 games.
Yeah. There's 4.
There are 4 Destroy All Humans games. I thought genuinely, I thought there were only 2, but I've never. The only one I've played is the first one.
Destroy All Humans 2, Big Willie, and Path of Furon. Yeah.
Okay. So I asked if the game was sci-fi.
Did you ask?
Yeah.
No, I thought you brought up sci-fi as an
okay.
example
No.
of what your question was.
So I asked if it was set in the present, and you explained the 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, is the game sci-fi? And you said no.
I thought you meant futuristic, like as in sci-fi. I thought that's what you said.
Well,
When you said modern, I said before modern.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see,
but then you said futuristic
even
sci-fi.
Even if I say futuristic, I also lump retro-futuristic.
Oh my god. Was I supposed to know that, Alex? Stop. Come on. Just accept defeat.
That's my bad. That's my bad. But this is the only thing that I was thinking the entire time, and I didn't think of it. And literally, it's right there. Literally, it's the game that I picked to sit there.
And you know why I moved this so many times like this? Just so you would look.
Well, yeah. Okay. Okay, well, make sure the Gundam doesn't fall off the desk. It fell over anyway. Okay. Well.
Wow, I got you, right?
You got me. You got me.
Nice.
Your turn.
Hold on.
Okay. Oh, you're taking your clothes off. Fuck.
I'm ready to receive, brother. Make sure we're still recording. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we're still recording on there?
Yeah. It's been rolling for almost 2 hours, but we took a lot of breaks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Wait, that says. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead. Oh, I gotta guess.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Modern.
Do you mean the game or do you mean the setting?
Sorry. I got excited. Sorry.
I need clarification.
This is like broke. Sorry. 360 generation and up.
No.
So before that. This is the PlayStation 2 era.
No.
Fuck. Huh?
No.
No? PS1 era.
Yeah.
Console exclusive.
Briefly.
Fuck. Was this a...
Well, hang on.
Huh.
Let me look it up. I'm still going to say briefly unless I'm wrong. Ask your next question.
All right. Third person?
Yes.
Third person. Shooter?
Sometimes.
Fuck me, dude. Was this game well received?
Yes.
Do you drive vehicles in this game?
Sometimes.
Is this character a male?
Yes. And to go back to your previous question, yes, it was temporarily console exclusive.
But it's not now. Well,
No.
okay, well, that's obvious. Do you primarily, well, just crime oriented?
Sometimes.
Is this a well-known character?
Yes.
Hmm.
I've not been counting. What question are you on?
I'm gonna say 6.
I'll go with that.
Okay.
I was thinking 7, but I'll go with 6.
All right, he's a well-received character. Has there been new games with this character?
Yes.
Newer, like last 10 years?
Yes.
Okay. So, it's third person. You drive sometimes. It was an exclusive. Interesting. This was a PlayStation 1 era. And they're still making games. I know it might not be over there. I'm just looking for inspiration. Huh. Was this a PlayStation exclusive?
No.
No. Nintendo?
No.
Sega?
Yes.
All right. Dreamcast.
You've not been counting. You're at 10.
Okay. Dreamcast.
Yes.
11. Sonic game.
Yes.
Is this one of the big 3 characters? What I mean is Sonic, Shadow, Tails.
No.
Fuck. Is this the villain? Or a villain? Villain?
Yes.
Doc. Eggman.
Yes.
Woo! 15.
15. There you go.
Let's go.
There you go. I'm surprised you got that fast.
I know, me too. Interesting.
Yep.
Well, that was fun.
He was also sometimes the player character.
That's
Mario
true.
Adventure 2.
That's true.
I was expecting you to ask if it was player character, so I'd throw you off and say sometimes.
Yeah, that would have threw me off. That might
Yeah.
have just ended it for me.
Yep. That's
well.
what I was expecting, but
You got any final words?
nope,
I don't either.
not at all. I hope GTA 6 is.
I want the stripper to bust on me.
I want to be touched. Not really.
I do. All right. Well, thanks for listening.
Yep. Thank you, and come back next week. We'll be here.
Peace.
Bye.